And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, come on.
Rodgers now on first down. Buying time to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing is Rodgers. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Rodgers to throw once more. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. A dump off for Davis. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appered to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short.
Hey, check 26.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. That's going to be caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. A first down throw for Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
It's coming now. Here we go, 46. 26.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there. 26.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll throw again. Prescott dancing to his left. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Foles. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Rodgers now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Right side, there's Denker. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Rodgers again now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. And that last field goal, number 400 for him in his NFL career. I don't know whether this will wind up a Hall of Fame career, but he's certainly been at the top of his profession for quite a while.
And that is without question, my man. One of the best kickers we've seen in the past decade or so. Big congratulations to him. Pretty nice round number.
13, 13. Right.
On the carry, it's Cook. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They go play action here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And now it's second down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Easy.
Now Foles. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Hey, 88.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
Well, so many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
Yep, as a result, knocks it down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Trying to lay one up deep. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking Good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Purple 64.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Here we go, here we go. Cadence gold, cadence gold.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Cadence gold, cadence gold.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now a run with Cook. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go, gold, tonight. Great.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Let's go, great. Gold.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Santos with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing.
I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Over.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Underneath to Davis. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at about the 14. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 2nd down, Cook. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Tempo.
Foles. Flush to his right. And he finds Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now a hit and Foles loses the football. It's out. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's go, great. Zebra.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk.
He's got a man. Complete. And all the way down to the 37. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Right now, you got 58.
On 1st down, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him. Complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half.
Over. Hey, tick 26. Over. Yeah, 300. Look at that.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And this is taken in at the 5. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. And again, it's Rodgers. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Gostkowski now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Looking to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
One. Hey, goal. Sound goal.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
One. Hey, Silver. Tempo. Great. Goal. Go.
Back to throw. Airs this out for Matthews. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Hey, check 26. Yeah, Liz.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Run right.
On second down, Montgomery. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs.
Hurry up.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, sound one.
Here's Foles. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Foles now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
Easy.
Now a give. This is Murray. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Here we go.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And a little spin cycle, room to run now. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Santos now to add the PAT. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
We are going. Jump out.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers, a dump off for Davis. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he can't quite corral it defensively. Maybe some space to go the other direction if he had caught it. That brings up fourth down now. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
13. Hey, we got 4. Let's go. Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3. Hey, goal. Sound goal.
A handoff. It's Murray. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. The Vikings on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 11 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Silver. Let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A give. This is Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Now the Packers get set to go. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. The Packers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers looking deep for Adams. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers move back within a couple of the lead.
But they certainly aren't afraid to dial up the long ball, and fans dig the long ball. And they absolutely needed it, and guess what? They got it. How about that?
And now a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Inside. Get 300. Get 300.
They'll try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Foles finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Could be some contact going on.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Purple 64. 180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Throw left side on target to Thielen. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Santos with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Rodgers now on 1st down. Being chased out left. And I think the ball's out. And this belongs to the Vikings.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Great.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll go down at the 28. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook down right around the 25. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Be alert.
They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here we go. 58. Hey, 626.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
58.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Rodgers hands to Montgomery. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
He'll look to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts him in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now?
Want to win it right now, have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And now out comes Minnesota. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try to win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Foles throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. Now a first throw here in overtime. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
One. Great. Watch the run. Hey, goal. Down goal. Hey, Mike's 50.
He'll drop to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
This is taken around the 12. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Box it. Zoom. Jump out!
What can Rodgers do now with his drive? Right side, there's Decker. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and didn't do it very often.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this.
Zoom. Down. Yeah, Liz.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. Then he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The first down screen pass, good for 5. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. Back to throw here. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for 5. It's third down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
Hey, someone. Tiger.
Back to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Charles, any chance they go for it here?
I think that there's a chance. They have to consider it because of the way they played offense in this game. I mean, look at the scoreboard. Look at the points that they've put up. They feel confident that they can keep it going. But the risk is, and the downside is, you don't get it here, you've set up your opponent in really good field position.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on fourth down. Now back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hey, here we go. I got you. Zebra. Goal. Go.
Here's Foles. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
Here we go.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get...
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. A partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Vikings, the win will move.